Welcome, folks. This is my YouTube channel, Divine Hippie 2222. My name is Stephanie, and this is my Let's Learn the Art of Tarot series. So today, we're going over the Three of Swords. Air energy, represented by Libra. Now, all the websites that I have used for my research and to come up with this information, they can be found in the description box below. I really like these websites because they gave so much more, okay? So for a general, just in general, the Three of Swords, it's an indication of serious misunderstanding and tears, okay? So general ways that you can interpret this card: unhappiness, heartache, sorrow, sadness, grief, loss, depression, and tears. Unpleasant energies, a general indication of a period of difficulty, hardship, and we experience that on an emotional level as well as a mental level. It's an indication of distraction, conflict, disillusion, and serious misunderstandings. Those are all represented by this card for whatever the situation it signifies. And it will bring with it confusion, upset, and upheaval. Okay? So the universe basically is providing us with this opportunity to learn and to grow through this scenario. Could be an indication of traumas, disorders, loneliness, absence, or betrayal. And it's an indication that you have suffered or will suffer a loss or betrayal of some kind when it appears. So this is not an energy to take lightly. This is an energy on the level of the Tower, okay? So this is feelings of loss on a deep emotional level. And this is the universe saying it's okay to give yourself time to process, okay? To process what's going on. That way we can make the best choices, right? We can make better choices, okay? So even though this card represents hardship, it's not all bad, as the most difficult situations in our life often teach us more about who we are and what we're capable of than the good times, okay? So give ourselves space and time to heal and learn all we can from this experience. If support is needed or wanted, don't be afraid to reach out to the people that love you, okay? So misunderstandings, tears, okay? That's just the beginning of the cycle. The end of the cycle, okay, is the Three of Swords in reverse. This is releasing pain, okay? This is overcoming. So it's an indication of overcoming happiness, heartache, sorrow, and sadness. When reverse, this is a card of optimism and releasing our pain. So it meaning generally that we're recovering from the heartbreak and getting over the worst part of a bad situation or event, okay? And how do we do that? We do that by reaching out to friends and sharing our problems or reconciling with someone who we were hurt by in the past, okay? So now, love. If we're in a relationship. Okay, so basically, misunderstandings, tears, okay? This can be an indication of not necessarily the end of the relationship, but it strongly indicates that there are some difficult issues that need to be addressed in order for the relationship to survive and move forward, okay? So sit down with your partner and have an open and honest discussion about how you feel and respectfully listen to each other. Now, because the next one is descending into arguments, nasty comments, or reincriminations will only cause the situation to worsen, you know, to become worse. We don't want to do that. We want to let go. We want to learn from it. We don't want to stay here any longer than necessary. Okay? Maybe it's an indication of just being unhappy in the relationship or disillusioned by the relationship. Okay? Maybe it's a lack of communication between you and your partner that's leading to these serious misunderstandings. Okay? This card can indicate a breakup, divorce, or separation, and the legal matters associated with such events. This may also be an indication of an involvement of a third party. What that means, okay, everybody says third party. What that means is interference from someone trying to stir up trouble, okay? So this is also an indication of possible cheating or infidelity because, again, this is a betrayal card, upheaval, right? Misunderstandings, tears. We don't want that. So this is an indication of a rocky period in your relationship, but it doesn't have to stay that way, okay? There's ways this can go. The Two of Swords comes first. What choices are we going to make? Because the Two of Swords comes first before the Three, right? So our choices are what are adding to the scenario to make things better, right? And we would like to make better choices. Okay, it's our journey of learning, growing, and developing, right? Now, singles. This could just be an indication, because we're single, right? We don't have a relationship for anybody to mess with, right? Or any misunderstandings. We don't have a romantic relationship. So maybe it's just feeling lonely or alienated because of that. It's just loss. Whether it is feeling like there is no one there, right? Or it's the loss of your previous relationship and struggling to come to terms with that grief, okay? So what the universe wants us to do is it's best to deal with our grief in order to move on, okay? Can also indicate being the person with whom someone cheats on their partner with. So be mindful. How are our choices adding to our future, right? Ask ourselves, would someone who really loves and values you put you in that position, right? Okay, so upright. So relationship, again, just things that need to be addressed are coming to light. And the way to get through this is to respectfully listen. But in respectfully listening to others, that means we're also listening to ourselves. Okay? So the compassion and the understanding that we wish to receive is also what we need to give in that moment. Okay? Now, in reverse, for a relationship. This is an indication that your relationship may be moving into reconciliation or forgiveness. That's a beautiful place to be. That is honoring and acknowledging the fact that everyone's brokenness, we're all broken, right? No one's brokenness is any better or any worse than anyone else's. You're ready to let go of the pain and heartache that you've experienced in the past and to forgive and move forward from this. This is, again, communication. We talked. We had open, honest communication. And so now, because of that, we're finding solutions to those scenarios that were being brought to light, so that we're learning how to navigate through them stronger and better as a couple. That's beautiful. That's beautiful, guys. It can, in some cases, indicate reconciliation after a breakup. Okay? So, then, If you're single, this is healing from a breakup, a divorce, or a separation. So again, it's letting go of processing, okay? Processing the scenario, processing the experience, and realizing what it is that we needed to learn from it so that we can move forward. Coming out of a period of feeling lonely and isolated, feeling much more optimistic about our future relationship prospects. And so that's beautiful, guys, because we are, in order to do that, it means that you first and foremost honored and acknowledged where you were to begin with. Because when we honor and acknowledge where we are to begin with, then we're in a place to be open to seeing solutions, to circumnavigating these scenarios, these opportunities that the universe provides us to grow stronger through, okay? Whether you're growing stronger together as a couple or you're growing stronger as an individual, it doesn't matter. The universe is providing you this opportunity to grow stronger through this experience, okay? So now, money. Okay, see how these two people have their backs to each other? This to me is misunderstandings, okay? So stress, disillusionment, or losses. So it's not a great omen in the upright position. Grief or loss experienced due to, maybe a loss of your job or income, or just feeling redundant, like it's the same thing over and over and over again. Just becoming disillusioned with your career or your prospects. Could be an indication of breakdown in communication between your coworkers, your upper and lower management. It's a card of division and conflict. Also a card of strike action. So this is some serious misunderstanding energy, some serious heavy energy. Whatever the case, it's an indication that your career is causing a lot of grief in your life at the moment, okay? So if we are experiencing conflicts in the workplace, try to have a respectful, again, open-minded, respectful communication, open and honest conversation with the parties concerned, not with parties outside of the scenario, okay? Listen to their concerns as well as voicing your own. If we wish to be honored, we have to give that honor to others as well, okay? If we have suffered a job loss, try to make the most of the free time we have by doing things we normally wouldn't have time for, right? Like reorganizing your house, doing organization of paperwork, whatever, things that we just didn't have time for, okay? Helping if you're in a relationship and you have kids, helping your children go through their closet, go through their toys, go through your own stuff, right? Get rid of duplicates that you have extras of, things of that nature. And I lost my spot. Hold on. It's important to stay positive and realize that your career is just one aspect of us. It's not our entirety. It's not who we are internally. It's just one mask that we wear in one section of our day, okay? So don't let it overshadow the other areas of your life, okay? Now, financially, this indicates loss and upheaval, like a financial loss, maybe in the stock market, maybe a job deal. There wasn't enough clear communication. And so now we're getting into the parts where you're going through it and you're seeing things that weren't discussed, okay? Now, these do have financial consequences, like a divorce or a separation, okay? Well, let's look at that in financial terms. So maybe it's business partnerships breaking down, or things of that nature, right? Leaving one job and moving to another. So the way to avoid this, you can't really avoid it. You really can't. Because it's already at your doorstep if this card is here, okay? So the way to circumnavigate these energies is come up with a step-by-step plan for managing your finances. Taking it one task at a time, and that's how you'll get through this, okay? I know we like to put a lot of things on our plate at once, and the thing is multitask. You got to do a little bit here, and then a little bit there, and then a little bit here. No, the universe is saying one thing at a time. Take time out for yourself. This is a healing moment. If it's not in the moment, it will be, right? Cycles, the reverse. Okay, so this is stressful situations starting to resolve themselves and optimism returning. Feeling much more upbeat at work about your work environment, and it's going to be more positive and more happy. So this is communication improving, and there's an atmosphere of reconciliation, compromise, and forgiveness. All right, so that's beautiful energy, guys. Really has. So now we get into health. Health in the upright. Maybe an indication of a period of ill health, surgery, disorders, and your health or the health of someone we care about may not be as great as we would hope, and we'll be experiencing a level of sadness or disillusionment in regards to learning this information, okay? It could be an indication of possible cardiac issues, anxiety, depression, and trauma. So basically, don't be an ostrich. Don't put your head in the sand. Go to the doctor, get yourself checked out, okay? Because if we are experiencing issues, okay, this could be deeper emotional issues or mental issues manifesting as physical symptoms, okay? So whatever the case, taking care of our mental and emotional health at this time is extremely important to our recovery. So be kind to ourselves and try to keep a positive outlook as best you can, okay? Now, in reverse, it's a return to health after a period of feeling, drained, ill health, possible surgery or disorders, okay? But this is feeling much more optimistic about your chances of recovery or healing because step-by-step plan, right? If this is our health, okay, we're going to take the same advice. Step-by-step plan. We've come up with a step-by-step plan to bring ourselves out of ill health if that's possible, right? Whether it's through surgery or through Reiki or something of that nature, okay? So this is telling us that we have not allowed fear to overwhelm us, and it's okay to seek professional help through this process if necessary, okay? Or if just wanted. Screw necessary. I mean, if it's necessary, yes, please reach out, get help, right? But even if it's just wanted, that's honoring ourselves through this very heavy energy, okay? Now, spirituality in the upright. This is an indication that the universe is telling us that we need healing as recent events or losses have left us bereft and just sad. Like, oh my God, I can't believe I effing went through that. Like that type of scenario, that type of event, okay? Feeling like there's little consolation to be had at the moment. However, again, our greatest struggles provide us with the scenarios that make us stronger. The old adage is what doesn't kill us makes us stronger, right? Well, I don't like that adage, because if our words are powerful, we don't want to be put in a scenario where we avoid being killed, right? Well, we want to know that what doesn't break us makes us stronger. I'm looking for a better word. If you have one, leave it in the comments. I would love that. But the stepping stones, however massive or tiny, that the universe is putting us in front of to climb over, this is for a reason. The universe is there with us through this process, okay? We're not alone. So, our greatest sorrow provides us with the biggest opportunities to grow, learn, and evolve as spiritual beings. Reach out to people that you trust for support, okay? This is spirituality. So if you have a mentor, a spiritual mentor, reach out. If you have a religious mentor, reach out. If you have a family friend or a loved one, reach out to people you trust and allow yourself the time you need to grieve the loss that you've experienced. Be open to the messages that your spirit guides are sending you, because again, the universe is with you through this scenario. So if the universe is with you, then your guides are attempting to communicate with you. So misunderstanding may not only be on a physical level, like with people, right? Misunderstanding may also be with us not understanding how to hear, listen, when to pay attention, things of that nature, right? To our guides. Because again, they're not just dumping us off in the storm and saying, deuces, see you later. They're there with us through the storm, okay? Now, in reverse, again, a time of forgiveness and healing after whatever heartbreak, whatever misunderstanding we went through, right? Recent events or losses that left you feeling bereft and sorrowful, but we've come through it and we're ready to heal from that pain. So that is, again, honoring and acknowledging the experience that we were provided to learn and grow through, and making a step-by-step plan as to how to come out of it. That's what the Three of Swords really is all about, guys. Doesn't matter if it's general, love, money, health, spirituality. It's having an obstacle, having a stepping stone in front of us, okay? No matter which aspect in life that we're facing, okay? And through this opportunity of learning, we can either, and it's a choice, we can choose to learn and grow through it, or we can choose to put our head in the sand. Now, if we choose to put our head in the sand, honor that, because there's a reason we're banking our head in the sand. We just want to make sure we're not staying there permanently, right? Sometimes we have to lick our wounds before we're able to honor and acknowledge what it was that we went through, okay? So that's what the Three of Swords is all about. The mental aspects that you go through the process, the emotional aspects that you feel and experience through this learning scenario, through this growing process. That's what this is all about. And let me see if you guys are, no, I'm going to put them like this so you guys can see them as all in reverse. Yeah, they're in reverse for your perspective. So this is healing. This is overcoming. This is picking ourselves up and dusting ourselves off and realizing that the universe has been there with us the whole time. But we were wearing our blinders. So we weren't able to see in that moment of loss and grief, of realization, of the scenario that we're experiencing. Now, is that because we chose not to see? Or is that because we weren't able to hear what our spirit guides were trying to tell us? Either way, it's an indication that the universe was communicating with us. We just have to decide whether we were ignoring that communication or whether we're supposed to learn how to listen more. Okay? All right, guys. This is beautiful. I really appreciate your time. I appreciate your energy. And I'd like to ask you guys to consider leaving a thumbs up for the video, leaving a comment. You know the drill. It's YouTube. Come on. All right, guys. I'll see you next time. Peace, love, and happiness. Bye.